Hello, you guys. We're back for episode 2 of Nostalgia Blocks. If you're unaware of what Nostalgia Blocks is, well, it's where I revisit old places I have fun memories of, and I will tell you stories I've gotten from playing those places. Just a side note, I have an official upload schedule now. Nostalgia Blocks on Tuesdays, discussion videos on Thursdays, and Roblox Machinimas on Fridays. I hope that you guys can handle that because, oh my gosh, does it feel awesome to have an official schedule and having, weekly machinimas again. Like, it was usually, 10 days apart, and it just feels nice to be able to say, hey, Roblox machinimas on Friday again, because it's been a very, very long time since we've had that. Alright, so today we're playing a place by Cheesy Pop, Escape the Jail Lobby. I remember I saw this place on the front page back in 2008, I think, and I started playing it, and it was really cool. Like, the cops, like the NPC cops, they had character. They all had these distinct dialogues that made them really comical. And there was this cool story where you had to escape the jail, as you might expect. So first you go through an escape tunnel behind a toilet and end up in the sewers, which for some reason I could never not die in. But after you go through that, you have to go, you're not always in the prison, you have to go up these ladder type things, and then you have to go through the ventilation shafts, which, oh my gosh, that place, it was interesting because you were on the roof of the prison, and it's why don't you just run off of the roof of the prison? But instead, you go into the prison roofs, ventilation shaft things, and then I guess you end up outside the prison. I don't understand it either, because you could have just jumped off instead of jumping off the roof. You go into the ventilation shafts, and then jump out of the prison right by the roof onto the ground of the prison. What? So after going through a bunch of areas, one area that you eventually get to, it's one that I absolutely dreaded. It's the freaking maze. I don't know, but every time I try mazes in games, I fail miserably, and I blame Resident Evil 4 because it screwed me up. I can pretty much go through this particular maze within 2 seconds now, though back when I first played this game, it took me ages, especially because the way out of the maze was actually tricky, and you wouldn't find it just with, looking around. You actually had to, inspect, and it was pretty clever. I think one of the funnier memories I have of this game is the part of the obstacle where you have to make a run for it before the cops see you and start shooting at you. Well, I always tried running to the cops, but I kept dying because little did I know there was an invisible lava or something keeping me from going in a certain direction. It was very clever of Cheesy Pop because normally you'd be like, I can just run up to these guys. They're just saying that. They aren't really gonna shoot me, but here they did. It's these little things, like the dialogues and that lava, it just gives the game such a nostalgic feeling because it makes you remember that. I wouldn't be so nostalgic of this place if it weren't for the twist ending though. At the end, it turns out you're one of the good prisoners that are going to be released soon, and this escape was just a test by the cops to see if you were good enough to join the cops. Yeah, it's goofy and it doesn't make a lick of sense, but for this game being in 2008, you gotta give the creator credit because not many obstacles had storylines, Once you finally finish the obstacle, you're sent to the winner's area, aka the cops room that you see at the very start of the obstacle, which I love when you go back to the start of the game as a different person. It's really fun when games do that. In the winner's room, you got hats, you got infinite ammo rocket launchers, planes, jets. It was all really, really fun. Really fun to abuse the noobs, that is. Some of the mechanics of the obstacle were broken due to Roblox's updates, and the planes and jets and some of the tools from the winner's room no longer work. It's really disappointing, to be honest. However, it is still really fun if you want to go back and play the game for nostalgia's sake, because you can still complete the obstacle and you can still see the awesome, goofy story that's going on. Okay, guys, I think that's it for this week's discussion video. No, I meant nostalgia video. I think next week I'm gonna be doing Desert Warfare, or maybe a certain building game that people abuse their gear on. Some of you may know what game I'm referring to. Anywho, if you have any nostalgic memories towards a particular game, please tell me your fun memories in the comments below, because I do read all of them and it's pretty fun seeing the awesome things that you guys have experienced on Roblox. And by the way, you guys, you can like me on Facebook, follow me on Twitter, reblog me on Tumblr, and join my group on Roblox, everything linked in the description below. That being said, it appears that's it for today, guys. I hope you enjoyed the video, and as always, have a lovely day.